So I am going to talk about IPI Recorder and IPI Studio, and we're going to have this video for later for you to watch and see how it all works. So I'm opening up IPI Recorder, and I have a list of cameras: HTC Vive, Connect for Windows, Connect USB audio, microphones, and I'm going to select the Connect and the Connect microphone. You can record without audio, but it's useful to sync up your recordings later to get those recordings correct. So we're going to look at the camera and center it on the empty wall. We're going to ensure that it's vertically about the right spot. What we want is, as soon as we see the feet in the camera, to also just barely see our head. So right about here is great, and it's good to mark where the center is, and you just kind of put a piece of tape down right here on the floor and show, hey, this is where I want to be recorded. So it's centered the right way, and we can switch to background, and then we can evaluate the background. So there's a duration, which is how long the background evaluates. Between 6 and 10 seconds is long enough, and a start delay will allow us to get out of frame. So then we can go to record. I'm going to build in a start delay of 4 seconds. I'm going to make sure that I'm recording to the Spring 2021 folder, and then I'm going to hit start recording. I'll usually get as close as I can, and then I'll start. And I might start here. So I'll give my spiel. Hi, my name is Brian Foster. Welcome to my museum. I made this in Spring 2021. And over here we have stuff that is specific to the outdoor area, and stuff over here is specific to the indoor area. You'll meet other narrators from time to time. Please walk close to them and we'll explain what you're looking at. And I would probably do that take again because I had a few stumbling step forward things. It would help if I had a script. And ideally, I would be able to grab something that would be just peachy keen. Okay, so there's different things you can do with these buttons here. You can watch the recording. You can open it in Mocap Studio to track it, which we will do. You can rename it. So Professor Intro. You could delete the file if you knew that it was crap, and you could show it to see where it is so that you can grab it from your flash drive and throw it on your flash drive. So let's go ahead and open that in IPI Studio. For a single camera setup, it'll immediately go into actor parameters, specify male or female, and then specify actor height. And then you'll be greeted with this: the depth, the to be tracked skeleton, and then the video. And so I actually need to start this at the end, the last frame of the T-pose. So right here is what I want to do. And then I'm going to go to move, and I want to move this in place, rotate it forwards, just try to get it to match, and then rotate it a little bit. If you select this green ring, you can rotate it to get the arms to match up as well. And so we'll go to refit pose. And we will, so we'll constrain the region of interest. And if you look, there's a black arrow pointing both ways. But if you go over to the edge, you can double click and it will jump to the playhead. And then we will track forwards. And we'll keep track of our arms, specifically our hands and specifically our feet, because if they break, for example, when I put my hands together for a moment and then pull them apart, my hands can, the tracking software can mistake where my hands go. Looks like they did all right this time. I can move around, it's very chunky. And if you ever need to get back to the original camera view, you can just press cameras 1. You can turn the skin off, so it's just the skeleton. You can turn the video off, so all you see is the depth data. And you can turn the depth data off as well. So maybe you just want to watch this, and whenever you think the hands are going somewhere they shouldn't go, then you can stop and say, oh, actually, this is what I want. And I'll know this is done when I finish in my T-pose. Oh, there's my step forward, there's my T-pose, and I can stop there. So let's back up. And because it tracked the whole time, I don't need this T-pose, so I can just stop right here. But if I did need that T-pose, I could use this track backwards or refine backwards as well. So let's go ahead and play this from the beginning and listen. So I think that's as good as we're gonna get. It doesn't feel finished, stopped, you know? It feels like I'm about to go do something else, which I was. So when you do your narrator recording, make sure that you've got this nice idle pose and that you are just kind of standing here, or maybe standing like this, or standing like this. However you want to stand, make sure that you go back to that idle pose so that your narrator, when not activated, just resting, appears to be resting, not in the middle of walking or taking a step. So after you track it and everything works out fine, you're going to refine either backwards or forwards, it doesn't matter. But you're going to refine in this direction. And so basically, if you imagine that each spot of this arm is tracked by the computer, right? Frame 1, 2, 3, 4. But on the third frame, I go up a little bit. Well, maybe it tracked this, and then way up here, and then this. And so originally the tracking is going to go dunk, 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 and that's going to look strange. And so refine is just going to Bezier curve out and smooth all of these, so we get more of a da-da-da-da-da. Kind of maybe an interpolation, smoothing out of the tracking data. Refining is not retracking, so if it was tracked incorrectly because your arm, got messed up, it's not going to fix that. So all the real tracking has to happen in tracking. And then finally, so if we watch this now, it should be a lot smoother. But if you focus on my legs, you're going to notice that my feet shake ever so slightly. It's a smooth shake, but it's still shaking. And so the last part of this is the jitter removal. Just this right there. Even though my leg isn't actually moving, we want to apply jitter removal to the entire thing. And so it says, hey, if you're just doing this a little bit, make it stop and super steady. Make that leg just sit there. And jitter removal is generally faster than tracking or refining. So the finished product now. This, by the way, is why I'm making you write down your script, what you're going to say before you start recording. So once that's done, I prefer having an object, having a character already generated, already rigged, that we can bring into iPisoft and then just assign. Let's see if I have any from previous semesters. Nope. Documents. It's a lot of video. Nope. Anyway, we can talk about that next time, or maybe I'll put it in later. But for now, we're going to go to export. We're going to export the animation. We're going to save it as an FBX. And we're going to hit save. I would like you to please center the coordinate system on the character's position so that where they are in the first frame is where 0, 0 is. They don't bounce somewhere else on the second frame. And then exporting the T-pose in the first frame is a mathematically perfect T-pose. So if my arms are here, that might not be exactly 90 degrees, but the T-pose in the first frame will be perfectly 90 degrees. So it's a lot easier to attach rigid bodies to it and just model around that. We don't need the cameras. We're just gonna hit OK, open the folder, and then we can save that file to our flash drive. However, an FBX does not have audio. So let's go back to IPI Recorder, go to the player, go to Edit, and then we can save the video or the depth as PNG files or the audio, which we want to do. Export audio, Professor Intro, and now you can see the 3D object FBX and the wave file, and I'm going to save both of those to my flash drive. Sure, you know. So, y'all know how to format things, and I'll see you in the next video.